So let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Yeah, this is Jim from Southern Ohio. I normally don't condone the owner getting involved in situations like this, but if Dylan Gabriel stinks it up against the Ravens, he needs to pull the plug and make sure Shedeur gets to play at least the same amount of games. At least give him a look. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. The fans are giving up, and there will be very few butts in the seats. If he puts Shedeur in there, the butts will return. Thank you very much. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Quincy, I don't ever want the owner making football decisions. Never, 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 never. And I get what he's saying about Gabriel. He hadn't looked good, but no. Hard no on the owner getting involved.
I would just like to make the argument that that is the same exact justification we use for Johnny Manziel, and none of us look at that as a rousing success. Like, that is exactly what led to starting Johnny Manziel in 2014. Not to say that this is the same situation, but the justification behind it could be very similar if we want to get butts in seats. The truth is hey, if you don't have success with Shedeur Sanders and he gets out there, and we've seen how the quarterbacks have looked in this offense since 2024, right? When it was Deshaun Watson, we were on this show, Dave, saying it's got to be better. We're going to put in Jameis Winston, it's going to fix it. And then we put in Jameis Winston, it got a little better, but then by the end of that, we're like, oh, look the same again, right? And then we tell ourselves all offseason, oh, Joe Flacco, he's going to fix it. We're gonna be right where it was. It was worse than Deshaun Watson was last year. And then we were on this show, and people are telling us, hey, man, maybe we put in that kid Dylan Gabriel. He's an athlete. He's going to be able to do play action and move around. It's going to fix the offense. I promise you. And then we put in Dylan Gabriel, and we're at the exact same point, and now we want to put in Shedeur Sanders. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Like, that's where I'm at with this. We have done this for quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. We can put Shedeur out there, but if it looks the same as it has, those butts aren't going to stay in those seats, or they're going to start booing, right? Like, it's not going to be what I think people imagine it to be, because again, we're 5 quarterbacks deep. I didn't even mention DTR. Like, you know what I mean? We could be 6 quarterbacks deep if I wanted to mention him. This has been a problem since 2024. The problems are just bigger than the quarterbacks that we have had on the roster can solve. And I don't anticipate that changing anytime soon, because if Shedeur were playing at such a level that he was undeniable behind the scenes, we would hear so much noise about that right now that it would be deafening. The reality is, you're not really hearing much noise about how great he's looking behind the scenes and how he needs to be out there, how the Brown season can be saved, right? We're not seeing the subtweets from the players, right, that you would usually see in a situation like that. So more than likely, we're sitting on a situation where you're going to be playing another rookie quarterback, and we're going to go through the same cycle. Maybe it's a Jameis Winston variant, which will be more fun, but ultimately the same cycle. So, yeah, I mean, Jimmy can get involved if he wants and put in Shedeur, but what happens if there's the same result? And I would make the point, you ever look at Dylan Gabriel's stat line? Like, it's not as bad as you would think it is when you hear, like, how people talk about him. And I'm not saying Dylan's better than we think he is. I'm just saying he is about what we've seen at quarterback since 2024, and I see no reason to believe that that trend's going to change anytime soon, because they got to make major changes to the offense this offseason.